white people are cooked.
Let's start there. Okay, first and foremost, I'd like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rekah Hakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the items that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video be edifying first and foremost to the whole elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And let's start there, man. You know, as the lesson came on, hey man, you know, white people are cooked. And there's no such thing as white people, right? The biblical ethnicity, ethnos, goes back to Edom, all right, or Esau, okay? And we understand that, you know, Esau have received benefits in this world, man, and have not known the Lord whatsoever, man. You know, so now that, you know, they feeling that, you know, they feeling that low vibration of understanding, like we actually need things, you know, you'll see them begin to, you know, commit all type of atrocities, and the crime rate gonna go up, all right? Because Edom gonna revert to the sword. They still, it don't matter how low an Edomite is, all right? They heart is still, they don't bear a sword in vain, all right? They gonna revert to their gun, all right? And you know, their money, you know, if they money can't, you know, Edom cheap as hell too, man. Edom got the whole earth. So like it. Edom got a lot of finances to their disposal. All right, you know, they got the better jobs. All right, they also receive government funding. You know, a lot of these Edomites get food stamps, thousands of dollars worth, and they manipulate the system. All right. But when you have something like this shutdown coming, it ain't just affecting you, Jake, in the end dubs. All right? Because contrary to popular belief, you got more Edomites receive SNAP benefits than you got Jake. All right? And we gonna look that up. All right? We gonna get the numbers on that. You know, and listen, he'll manipulate numbers, because today it'll be that. Then once, you know, the brothers start going into it, all of a sudden you can't search it up no more. Or they didn't reverse it, or they changed it. So things change, but we still know, all right, that this system is set up to benefit Edom, all right. And when a squeeze come down like this, you know, Edom is tight as hell, man. All right, Edom squeak when they walk. Edom will be a millionaire and pick up a nickel off the ground. Now one would say there ain't nothing wrong with that. Nah, something is. All right, what's a penny to $1 million? Right? They don't even leave the pennies for the poor people to get. They pick that up and store that. That's the big deal about it, because they don't need it. All right, though yet they what? They hoard it up to themselves. So just like the SNAP benefits, they don't need it. That can go to the poor. All right, which our people, you know, have crippled and paralyzed themselves, you know, due to this funding. But not, you know, nonetheless, the poor need it more than the rich, right? We agree with that. Hey, shit, can we use some, you know, some stamps? The men of the Lord, well, hell yeah. We ain't gonna be over righteous, right? You know, if we could get in there and get a little something and get out of there, you know, hey, so be it. You know, use the world as not abusing it. All right, but you know, we don't give a damn, because for the most part, like you said, we get our daily bread anyways the way we get it. And we hadn't to really count on this man to do it. You know, we go to work, we gotta, you know, go get our daily bread, and the Lord keep us sustained in that way. You know, so we don't, you know, this don't really affect us in that way like that, you know. You know, you got brothers or women who do receive it or whatever, you know, hey man, you know, the Lord will be with you. All right? You gotta trust in the Lord. But for the most part, I'm gonna play that again, man. Edom is cooked. Let me get this precept that started off. All right, this Deuteronomy 30:7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemy, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Now, when you look up the word curse, it means to reverse the bless. All right, remember the blessing has been the dew of the earth. Let's get that. All right, let's get that. All right. That's been Esau blessing, man. This is Genesis 27 and 28. Therefore thy power give thee the dew of the heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. See? Let's see. Let me go to it real quick. What the hell is going on here? My fault. Okay. My fault. I read the part with Jacob. I was supposed to get the 39, and they got the stolen blessing. That's me, Salaki. It's supposed to be in 39. All right. Okay. See, because obviously brothers should be aware of the count, and people should know. All right. You know, he started complaining. Esau rightly complained. You know. I'm going to start at 37. Genesis 27 and 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained them. See? And what shall I do now unto thee, thy son? He said, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing? My father bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. This is the point. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. See? But again, so he got the blessings right now, all right, but he lived by the sword. He got those blessings by blood. All right. It wasn't given it to him. See that? He received the curse unto himself. Technically, it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. All right. Right now they got the dominion. All right. They not servants unto us yet. And guess what? They got the fatness of the earth right now. All right. You know, so, and guess what they gonna do? They hoard it and keep up all the food from us, man. You know, because they know they're aware of this, man. You know, but let's play some of this clip, and I'll get a couple more precepts and get out of here. All right. Well, you know what? I got this overview right here. Let's read that, then I'll play this. It says approximately 15 to 18.4 million white individuals receive SNAP benefits. Now, we know white goes back to Esau, Edom, all right, in the Bible, represent about 36 to 44.6% of total recipients. There you go. So 8%, 8%, about around 8.6% is the remaining of Jakes, man. Now, it's a lot of Jakes, you know, but what the hell? This number reflects that white individuals are the largest group numerically receiving benefits. Their participation rate is lower than that of other groups when compared to their share of the overall population. All right. So we don't gotta go in that. You know, that's just the point, all right? They make up the majority of it, all right? Okay? They make up the majority of it. Now let's get back to this. Let's play a little bit of this.
Oh my. White people are cooked.
Let's start there. White people are cooked. I like that. All right? I might name it that.
Oh my goodness. So I think we're all aware of the government shutdown that we're experiencing right now, that many of the programs such as WIC and SNAP benefits are going to be cut off, and that's going to leave millions of people just foodless. That's what's going to happen. Now, I posted on my Twitter talking about, hey, over 18 million white people are going to be suffering due to them voting for a white man who doesn't care about white people. Damn.
Hey, let's stop there, right? And listen, it's hilarious right? But it's true. But I looked it up. You know, there's no such thing as this. But you know, hey, they gotta suffer too because they're the biggest recipients of government funding on all levels, housing and everything, man. Section 8, they cover the board with it. All right, because again, they monopolize the game by getting all that and also working jobs where they getting $100,000, $200,000 a year, and they still know how to get food stamp shit. You have Jake work, you know, a 9 to 5. They don't want to give it to him. Oh, you make too much. You know, you don't qualify. You know, but what's the criteria for qualifying for this when you got a rich Edomite receiving food stamps? A lot of these rich Edomites receive food stamps, Hakim. Let us not be naive concerning what's going on here. This they shit. All right, everything is to benefit them. This they kingdom. All right, whatever you think they not getting, they getting that shit. Taxes, they ducking all kind of taxes, you know, and different things, write-offs, and you know, line and gas and whatever they doing. All right, they manipulating the system. You see? I'll play a little bit more of this and get out of here.
That's roughly the number, you know, according to Pew Research, is around 45% of white people are on, you know, EBT, food stamps, and that translates, you know, into roughly about 17 million people, okay? Not 18, but 17 million white people are going to be starving.
Ironic.
Naturally, anyone reading this would be like, oh, damn, that's a lot of people.
Were you sexually abused by staff, guards, or other adults in a juvenile detention center? Many victims have already...
Who are going to be hungry. We should do something about this. You would think that would be the response. But I'm going to be honest with you. This is why I say they're cooked. And I mean this respectfully. This isn't an attack on white people. This isn't that. This is honestly, it's honestly coming from a point of sympathy. Because I constantly...
No, ain't no sympathy. It's going to be empathy. All right? And it is an attack. It's an attack of the Heavenly Father. All right? Breaking down this man's kingdom. All right? Yeah, they are under attack. All right? But they're under attack from Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, and the holy angels, man. All right? They breaking this place down. And let's deal with it. This is Deuteronomy. Salaka. Yeah. I don't want that. All right? I want Isaiah 33:1. Let's get that. Right? Yeah, they strength is being weakened. This is Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Okay? So now the tide is changing. Okay, so you know, we are under attack. You know, so-called white people, you know, we under all type of different attacks, races and different things going on. But when there was the people that was sprawling, man. All right, they were sprawling. They kept They kept back the bread of the needy by fraud. All right, the bread of the needy is their life. Let's get that. All right. And Habakkuk 2. We get the Habakkuk 2, the bread of the needy. And 8, Habakkuk 2. It's Esau, man. Habakkuk 2 and 6. I'm gonna go to 8. Bear with me. The devil ain't getting away, man. Your ass ain't getting away. All right. And it defraud the needy. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against thee? All right. I'm gonna start at 5. Yea, also because he transgressed it. I'm gonna start at 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not right in him, but the just shall live by the faith. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied but gather it unto him all nations and heap it unto him all people. All right, taking resources, all right, enslaving people, right, giving people wine, democracy, all right, defiling them. He just, enlarging his debt, his desire as hell, man. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and atone proverbs against him, and say, woe to him that increase that which is not his? How long? And to him that letted himself with dick clay. And again, like I said, that blessing of that dew of the earth and the fatness of the earth was a curse unto him. See? It was an accursed thing. Because later it was going to turn against him. All right? He was going to have to vomit it all up. It says, shall these not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be booties unto them? See? Woe to him that spoiled. Now you're a booty. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. You see? Notice talking about E. Woe to him that coveted an evil covetous to his house, that he may set his nest on high. Yup. That he may be delivered from the power of hell. So destruction is from the power of evil. Destruction and evil is coming on you. Time for you to get spoiled. It says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. So, yeah, they all cooked. All right? You know, that's why I cut him off right there. There's not no slight to no white people. Yes, it is, man. It's about time for this devil to reap what he sowed. All right? Let's get that. The bread of the needy is their life. Right? This is Sirach 34:21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defrauded him thereof is a man of blood. Now, who is a man of blood? Esau Edom. He like his food bloody. He have had a blood trail. All right, he have shed men's blood innocently. Right, so it has to go to him. See that? Defraud. Let's get that, and then I'll get out of here. I think it's defraud the hire. Bear with me. Just get that defraud. See what we got here. That was me being James 5. Salaki. I believe it's in James 5. Bear with me. Yeah. James 5. It says, I'm going to start at 3. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Behold, the hirer of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, man. See? It says, ye have lived in pleasures on earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Okay? So, yeah, y'all live good. Okay? So now it's time for y'all to understand what it is to be poor. All right? To suffer, be in famine, be in need. All right? It's y'all turn. So let's see, all right, how y'all take it. Once E ain't getting no SNAP benefits, because of course, the Lord gonna be with Jake, though. That still is people at the end of the day. What I'm saying is, but you other nations, the Lord ain't gonna do nothing for y'all. The Lord gonna be with the men of the the Lord and their families, all right, to get them through these times. But as for you other people, you white people and shit, all right, so-called white people, all right, the Lord gonna put those curses, and now you about to feel that heat. So it's gonna be pressure from above and beneath on you, E. So I don't want what the Zada was that a fine man. Till next time I say shalom.